is it called? The Stepien. On Stepien's watch, the Cavs made so many bad trades that the NBA banned him from making any deals with.
Oh, wasn't that back in like the 80s?
What?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
He was the GM back in like what?
Businessman
Eric Stepien?
owned the Cavs from 80 to 83.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. He used to. So you want to know what's funny is my office is right next to the where the Richfield Coliseum was. Ted Stepien.
The worst trades in NBA history. Surrendered high picks that became superstars like James Worthy, Detlef Schrempf, Derek Harper. His reckless management forced the NBA to intervene and create the Stepien rule. We could do a segment all on this.
Yeah, I think we should just fuck the
away
top 5 best
82,
trades.
83, 84, 85, and 86 first-round picks for marginal players.
And what did those all turn out to be?
Well, in 82, it was
Detlef
Schrempf.
Schrempf, yeah.
James Worthy.
And that was a fuck up on you from UNC, yeah.
Derek Harper, Sam Perkins, Roy Tarpley, and Detlef Schrempf. So the Cavs went 66 and 180 during this rule.
Fuck. Here's the thing. Nobody respects the Cavs back in those days, but they were
They
dogs.
had some good teams. I mean,
They had some great teams.
Doherty, Mark Price, fucking Ron Harper.
Dude, Ron Harper was a stud.
Yeah, dude. He went to the Bulls and fucking just won.
Yeah. And then he went to this dude. You know how he has like 13 or 14 rings?
How has nobody talked about the Stepien rule on any sports talk that I've heard? Even though it was a Cavs owner and it's a Cleveland team now.
Probably because of the fact that the Cavs absolutely stunk and they want to bury the fact that even existed.
I think they're going to trade Mobley though. I think they're going to trade Mobley for Giannis, dude. I think that's going to happen.
And what does Giannis's contract even look like?
Doesn't matter. Mobley's is set to fucking extend for a fucking max deal.
Yeah, but he deserves that though. He's a baller.
I swear we had 4. Oh, it's just turned 60. Guys, sports night. Yeah. Guys, sports night. Yeah. Are you ready? We are ready. Are you ready? We are ready. You are ready. No. Will and Ed in the chair. You already know. From off-season grind to that post-season glow. We talk all sports all the time. Let it roll. From the OHIO to the rest of the globe. This is sports night. Anthem for the guys.
Like a B-roll.
Yeah, from the beginning. Yeah, Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Guys Sports Night. I am your host, Will McEwen, with my co-host, Ed. What's happening, dude?
What's going on?
Before we do anything, make sure, if you are seeing this right now, that you are liking, subscribing to the show. We just started up the second YouTube channel, which is going to be specifically for Guys Sports Night, and it is called Guys Sports Night. So I made it really easy for you guys to just search it up, like, subscribe. If you're following us from the Guys Night podcast, that's going to be more of the other show.
Press the button.
Yeah.
You better press the button. They better press the button, Will.
Press the button.
Press the button, guys.
Anyhow, guys. I think it's down there somewhere.
Wherever it is, just press the damn thing.
Either way, yeah, so this is our 11th show, Ed. Congratulations on all our awesomeness as we continue to build this up. And, we were just having an interesting conversation before the show started about the new proposed trade rule by the Cleveland Browns. And it's funny because as we were talking about the Cleveland Browns potentially wanting a rule that allows you to trade 5 first-round draft picks, well, 5 years, up to 5 years in the future draft picks. We talked about the NBA, who has the limit of, was it 7 years?
It was 7
correct?
years, yeah, we agreed on that.
And how did the
that's what the rule technically said, and how it got started, Will.
Yeah, how it got started. Would you believe that it started in Cleveland?
Of course. All terrible things lead back to Cleveland. All terrible roads lead back to this putrid-ass city.
So the Stepien rule, if you aren't familiar, is a rule that the NBA made where you couldn't trade multiple picks back-to-back years. And the reason that was put into place was because Cleveland made so many bad picks where they traded their 82, 83, 4, 5, and up to 86 first-round picks away for marginal talent.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
List those names off for me if you wouldn't mind.
Of who they were drafted for?
Yeah. It was James Worthy, Detlef Schrempf.
You're talking about who they missed out on.
Yeah, of course. When you traded those picks, essentially, what did you sacrifice?
A lot.
I know.
So let's look that up.
In the meantime, I think it was James Worthy, Detlef Schrempf. What'd you say? Hot Rod Williams.
No, Hot Run, they made the trick, but then also, Oakley became one.
Charles
of
Oakley.
those picks.
Yep.
So, yeah, they did a great job of trading away a lot of talent. And the other thing is, too, you look at that, like the Oakley draft they had the 9th pick in the year that Jordan came out.
Yep.
Right? And Jordan was drafted 3rd. So
he was 85, actually. I think it was
85.
Yeah.
It made me think it was 86, but it is 85. Was it 85? Oh, geez. Either way.
Maybe it was 84. I got to remember. As sad as it sounds, I don't remember 42 years ago when I believe Michael Jordan was drafted. Let me just double check here.
Either way, while we're looking that up, so the Cleveland Browns proposed the trade, or proposed a new rule, which will be voted on, I believe,
It was 1984.
84.
84, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, the Cleveland Browns, like the Cavs, want to do some crazy trades, so they came up with the idea that you could trade up to 5 years into the future, which I think has a lot of merit and benefits to it. I think everybody was looking at it like, oh, we could get 5 years of first-round picks for Myles Garrett, or we could trade 5 years of first-round picks for the quarterback that we need next year.
Right.
But ultimately, I think the benefit of that is really staggering those first-round picks, right? In the sense of, instead of me giving you back-to-back firsts, I give you a first now and a first 4 years down the road. It kind of lessens the boom of like a Deshaun Watson trade. And we're going to get into top 5 biggest trades of all time, but obviously here in Cleveland, we're familiar with how terrible the Deshaun Watson trade was. And that was a hindrance of 3 years in a row of first round picks, which now kind of puts us at the edge of that window where when a trade doesn't pan out, you don't really have a team anymore.
I wouldn't even say that. It actually hindered us. Draft pick wise, yes, 3 years. But I mean, we're going on almost a decade of where that man is still going to be on that payroll.
Yeah, of course. And for you guys listening, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on the new channel, Guys Sports Night, make sure you absolutely subscribe to that. This is the first time that we're going live on that. But excuse me, either way, we're talking about.
Are you okay?
Yeah, dude. Just doing great.
You got some lactic acid buildup or something? What the hell did you eat before the gym and then when you worked out?
I had a little bit of Chipotle today, actually.
I did have Chipotle while I was waiting for you to come back from the gym. I did show up a little early this morning.
Yeah,
early today, I should say. Today.
All right, so getting into this.
Can I make one assessment here really quickly before we get too far into this? When we're talking about these draft picks, let's just be very clear. Having the option to do it is great.
Yeah.
Having that ability to, like you said, lessen the blow or become a little bit more
acid built up there.
Yeah. No, dude, listen. I don't know what it is, but like for anytime I take like a big period of in between meals, it just messes my stomach up. Like it's sitting like a rock in my stomach and it's messing with it. But as I was saying before, I go through and maybe need some Mucinex or whatever. No, not Mucinex. Pepto-Bismol.
There you go.
I like the ability and the flexibility to have that, so you can have some variability. Like, okay, like we don't know what anybody's team is going to look like down the line. I just want to make sure none of us get confused here. There's only one Les Snead. Okay. Yeah. Nobody else can do that. He has just generationally said, fuck them picks. Okay, and traded them all away. And you want to know the only first round pick that he's kept? You know who that ended up being?
No.
Jared Verse.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get rid of those picks too.
I mean, hey,
it worked out.
He won a Super. They were at 2 Super Bowls. They won one. I mean, I'll take it.
So you guys tuning in. This is Guys Sports Night. We're based out of Cleveland, Ohio. Appreciate you guys hopping on for a few minutes, and hopefully you like what you hear. But so anyway, Cleveland comes up with this proposal. It's potential to draft or to trade up to 5 years in the future's draft picks away. Once again, everybody kind of looked at it as like, oh, this is to make a big trade, like a push for a quarterback or trade away Myles Garrett, get multiple years of picks.
Right.
And maybe that has something to do with it. But I think there's an ultimate strategy in the sense of, let's talk about a Myles Garrett trade, for instance. Right now, if you trade 2 to 3 first-round picks, he's got a trade clause. He's not going to go to a 3-12, 14 team, and frankly, a 3-14 team is probably not going to trade for him. You're going to have like a Rams or a Chargers or a Bears.
A big market.
You're going to have a team that's on the potential of winning and willing to invest into order to, get that big player they need to make the team
Could you see a now reversal of the Deshaun Watson trade where we trade Myles Garrett to Houston for their 3 first round? But it's a swap. It's a swap there. Well, because you got to think he's from Texas, and it makes sense. He's from Texas. I'm pretty sure he's a Cowboys
I don't think
fan.
they need a defensive end. That defense is so
That
stout.
defense is nasty. But you know who does need a defensive end, believe it or not? The Cowboys.
Yeah.
And Myles Garrett is a Cowboys fan.
I mean, that would be. So here's an idea, though. So when you're talking about that, right, as the team who's trading away Myles Garrett, if you were in that instance, or even like the Rams or something, when you're getting those first rounds back from a contender, do I really want, let's say it was 3 first round picks, do I really want the Rams next 3 first-round picks?
No, because they're going to be at the end of they're going to be at the end of the first round.
But I can take 2 first-round picks from years 4 and 5, and at that point, they might not have a quarterback. They might have Myles Garrett towards the end of his career. Like now, all of a sudden, I can start taking guesses and strategies of like, all right, is it more likely that this is going to be a top 10 pick versus a top, or back 20 pick like right now would be?
I think we could safely say the smarter GMs with this type of flexibility are just going to become smarter with this stuff.
Sure.
Whereas the dumber GMs, or the less qualified, I should say, I don't want to be disrespectful. These guys are much smarter than me here, are just going to make less intelligent decisions.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna. Here we're going to talk about these trades later when we do top 5 trades, and I've got some boomers on there where you're going to see trades where the
boomer like you, or boomer like kaboom,
kaboom,
okay.
Like in the sense of where it worked out, where strategy played down the road, played a bigger part in the win, versus where some a whole bunch of draft picks up front did not work, for instance. So when we go through those, take that into consideration when we're talking about this trade rule here. We're up to 5 years in advance, and that could be late round picks as well. So for a team that's, getting older and maybe towards the end of they make a trade where, they're getting picks back 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road to rebuild is more beneficial than them taking the picks back right now.
Right. I don't know. I could maybe see with that type of expansion, if hypothetically here, let's say the NFL kind of implements even somewhat of what the NBA formula has, you could kind of create an Oklahoma City Thunder where they just had picks. I mean, have you ever looked in depth as to how many draft picks they truly have?
Wait till I pull up a trade for you tonight on the top 5 later on. Okay. Stay tuned. If you're listening now, you're going to want to hear this. But the trade that I have last is you're thinking of Oklahoma, but there's other teams that have done even better.
That's fair. I got to ask you, though.
That's the idea, though.
Right? I got to ask you, though, really, outside of the Deshaun Watson trade, do you remember any other significant trades, like where you were at when those happened?
I'll tell you, I can remember this. And as a Browns fan, my favorite player as a kid was Eric Metcalf.
Okay.
And I do remember being at home and hearing on the radio 1100 ATM when they traded Eric Metcalf to Atlanta for like a 10th overall pick. And I was devastated for that trade.
Yeah.
And then I remember a couple of I remember when they started breaking apart the 90s tribe, when you started seeing like a Manny Ramirez get out of here, or you started and those weren't even trades. Those I think Manny left during free agency. I do remember talking another big trade. My favorite player again, when they traded Kenny Lofton to the Braves for Marquise Grissom.
He came back though.
He came back, but that was a heartbreaker for me. Was there any ones that stick out to you that were like
CC Sabathia right off the top?
Oh yeah.
We loved the CC Sabathia. Anybody that was in Cleveland, and you know what's crazy? He loves Cleveland. He talks nothing but great things. He's always a guest commentator on the shows, and whether it's post game or during the air of the actual game. He loved his time in Cleveland.
Yeah,
and he wanted to stay, and we didn't want to pay him. And you want to know something?
We don't want to pay anybody.
No, we never want to pay. Speaking of which, baseball is coming up here on Thursday.
2 days. Yeah,
opening day. Interested to see what the Indians are going to do or Guardians are going to do for themselves. I'll give you some prediction of that a little bit later. I have some stuff kind of rolling through my head here. But yeah, CC Sabathia easily. Watching him leave, Cliff Lee going off to the Phillies, broke my heart. Yeah. I'm a big fan of pitchers. I don't know why. I just like them. I just like pitchers in general. I think they're just a unique breed of athlete. They're just different. They have a different function, like a different way of thinking out about everything. It's some take everything just like page by page and just analyze everything possible. Other pitchers are just like, fuck it, dude. I just want to throw hard. No curveball, no changeup, nothing but fucking gas.
Speaking of hard, why don't you hit that like and subscribe button really hard for you guys listening? You might be catching us on the new channel. We just broke apart the Guys Night podcast and Guys Sports Night, so they're on 2 separate YouTube channels. Help us get that subscriber count up. I think we're just under 4,000 on the regular Guys Night podcast, but with Guys Sports Night, we were at 1 as of today when we started the channel.
Let's go.
And comment below if you've got a big trade in Cleveland sports or your hometown sports team, like you remember where you were at and who it was that got traded and how you felt about it. I remember the Deshaun Watson trade. I remember where I was at. I know. Actually, a marriage counselor.
I know. You talk about that story pretty significantly. How many times have you brought that story?
Probably
up?
3 times that we've talked about Deshaun Watson now. But there's nothing worse when you're a young kid and your favorite player gets traded away. And anymore, it's so more likely to happen.
I think that's the guys. This is truly when boys become become men
is when they have to.
is when their favorite sports player gets traded on their team, because at that point it's like it's like
you have to deal with your emotions.
Yeah, this unspoken bond of like player and fan, and there's nothing spoken between them. It's just this invisible connection, invisible emotional connection on completely one-sided by the fan. Completely one-sided by the fan, and then they're gone. I have watched my entire fucking childhood or mid-teen years of these Indians players just be gone. Don't get me wrong, a lot of good shit has come from it, but let me tell you something. There's a reason why I take high cholesterol pills at 27 years old, and it's because of that bastard owner.
It's so funny because it has such a dramatic impact. You got to think like
it still works me up.
I remember my first Browns jersey was a Metcalf jersey, and then like when he's gone, it's like, do I still wear it or do I not wear it anymore?
I think people at this point will have to call it a throwback. I mean,
yeah, and it's funny though because like you go to Browns games and you see all these like jerseys that are like 10 years old. It's like they're grown men that still haven't like given up on the fact that like at one point in time they thought that Brady Quinn was going to be the quarterback of the future. I refuse to get a new jersey.
I think let me
and
ask
they're
you,
$100 now. I mean, they used to be like $40.
Bro, I'm sorry. I don't care if the player gets traded. I'm
ride or dying with him.
I am already not only emotionally invested, but now financially invested in the future of this player with this jersey. Okay, you go somewhere, I'm coming with you. All right.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Let me ask you this: at what age, at what timeline, when it comes to jerseys? Let's just talk about this here specifically. When it comes to fandom, jerseys go from sweet, they're brand new to he got this a couple years ago to oh wow, this person's too lazy to upgrade their jersey to holy shit, what a throwback.
I think it depends on your age. Because like when you're a kid, you wear your jersey to school.
Yeah,
we're
excluded. We're talking 18 to 36.
Grown ass man, dude. My Browns jerseys might make it out of the closet 10 times a year.
Yeah,
they're only because I've got a couple that I rotate through. I got Garrett. I've got Ward. I do have my wife has a Beckham Jr.
Oh God.
And then Njoku. I got Njoku actually 2 years ago before the Houston playoff game. So
what about those guys that get the custom jersey of the player that we just acquired?
Yeah.
Like the 19 Joe Flacco jersey. I'm like, bro, we just got him an hour ago. How do you fucking have that?
How about all the people that got Flacco jerseys and then he goes out in Houston and lays a fucking egg in the playoffs man. And it's like,
man. My favorite is there's an account and it's actually Zach Meisel. So he's a beat writer for the Indians or Guardians. Sorry. I'm saying Indians. This is my fucking podcast too. Okay. And he will have people tweet at him when it's hashtag random jersey sighting. And he'll find the most random jerseys that are at Progressive Field. And he'll literally go, so-and-so number 52 played on the Indians from da-da-da-da to da-da-da-da. Most significant portion of his career was this, and this moment. I'm like, how the fuck do people buy these jerseys? Like for example, Josh Donaldson was a massive star in the early 2010s. He won an MVP in 2015. He was an all-star third baseman. We brought him in here in 2019. I swear to you, I still see that jersey to this day. He played a quarter of a season here.
At the end of his career.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he went on to the Twins, Yankees, whatever, and so on. But he made a pit stop here in between that because he was a free agent, and I still see that jersey around today. I'm like,
that's so funny.
I'm like, how'd you find that? Why are the owners selling that jersey?
Clearance item.
It has to be. It has to be.
So anyway, I mean, do you think this is going to get approved? I think the owners meeting is either this weekend or next weekend. So hopefully a big.
Now, does the NFL PA have to step in and make that decision as well?
I believe it's. Hold on one second. I'm gonna look it up. But
you're good. I know any decision like that. I feel like the NFL PA and the NFL owners have to make a decision on that.
Yeah,
which I don't think it doesn't really affect the players too much.
So yeah, they'll actually be at the owners meeting is where the rules get played on, and then to know that I don't believe, and then 24 out of 32 teams have to vote in favor, and I think there's actually two. I believe the Steelers also made a request for a new rule, and I can't remember what it was, but. How do you think the league's going to vote on something like this?
Why not?
I think so too. Now, you remember last year, the Browns, and it's funny because these both play into like my scenario for this season, but the Browns also last year made the proposal to take the trade deadline from week 8 to week 10, and they compromised and made it week 9.
I don't mind that.
No. I'm just saying though. So now week 9, you get a longer trade deadline. This year you get more trade capital, and it kind of has that feeling of like, all right, if you're Jimmy, do you say at week 9, blow it up, get as much as you can, trade as many picks as you can next year in order to get a quarter? Like, you know what I mean? Like it like plays into that scenario. I think that's why it got so much hype that the Browns
trade deadline isn't even half the way through the year.
Right.
Like, I think at this point, the NFL, we can honestly agree here. At some point, the NFL is going to have 20 games in the season.
Oh, God, that's
20
regular.
That's a lot of games. I don't think they will. Maybe they would.
Mean, dude,
they're going to
we're going to be at the point where you're going to have football 7 days a week. I think this year they're going to have a Wednesday game.
I don't know. Well, yeah, but they're all app exclusive. Like they're all like you have
right.
to.
Yeah.
And let me.
But because of that, they're adding $20 million of salary cap every year.
Yeah, but let me say this. When I want to just take this moment here really quickly. Fuck the NFL for that bullshit. Okay, there's no reason a normal individual like myself. I'm not some I'm not some super high up upperclassman. I'm just an average or upper class societal member, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying here. But I'm just a plain old middle class. Why the fuck am I paying $300 for 5 different subscription services just to watch the same fucking games?
Well, I would imagine that plays into getting YouTube's NFL app. You get all the games then, right? But then you got to pay like $400 for the year. I don't know. It's so
even
confusing
still,
now.
it's like you have to go through 8 different hoops just to get to the same thing.
Yeah.
Like at this point, people went. See, here's the problem. People went to streaming services because it was significantly cheaper than what the cable companies were charging for that. Well, now we're at the point where nothing wants to be on cable and it's cheaper than all of these streaming services. Like, I'll tell you what I watch. I watch How I Met Your Mother. I watch Family Guy. I watch The Sopranos. And I may start watching The Wire and Everybody and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Those are 5 TV shows.
That's a lot of. That's some interesting TV shows. That's quite the selection you have.
I like a little bit of diversity. I'm currently on my fucking Sopranos game, motherfucker.
I love Sopranos. Dude.
It's a great show.
I watched. Did you watch the? Oh, wait till you get to the last episode.
I already know what happens.
Such a bummer, dude.
I know. It fades to black.
Yeah. All right. So, you think that's going to get passed?
I don't see.
Do you
why
think
not?
this is? Do you think this is even that? Do you think this is the not the Browns, but the NFL kind of becoming more like the NBA? Like we're starting to see more superstars traded. We're starting to see more like players traded because of salary or because they don't want to get extended. Like we're really kind of seeing the evolution of the NFL because I think the NFL is kind of like 5 to 10 years behind the NBA in that sense. I mean, you think about like it wasn't until LeBron really where we started to see the players starting to take off after their first contract, trying to demand trades. Now it's like every season it's just a matter of who's going to sit out be demanding a trade. This year it was Giannis who didn't end up getting traded, but it's to the point where it's like, all right, now
I don't know if Giannis sat out for trade purposes.
I don't think he sat out for the trade,
for
but he
an
demanded
ankle
a
injury.
trade.
Well,
he demanded a trade.
Demanding
right?
a trade is one thing.
Now it's so that was like 2009, I think, or 8 when LeBron made the decision. Maybe it was later.
No.
It was 12. Or 11.
No.
It was 8.
It was 2010.
Okay.
It was 2009, 2010 because 10, 11, because he went back to back.
Yeah.
He lost in 2010. He beat the Oklahoma City Thunder. He beat the Spurs and then lost to the Spurs. 2015, he came here, lost to Golden State. 2016 was with us at 1. 17, 18, 19, he lost.
Right.
So,
boo-hoo for him.
2009 was actually the year that he went to the finals against the Spurs and lost, and that was the game.
Joe Flacco just re-signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. Congratulations,
Mr. Joe Flacco.
Yeah. Hey, go throw for 500 more yards to fucking Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Yeah, if he can stay standing up in that shitty ass offensive line.
But so now the last couple of years, you started to see more trades in the NFL with players, guys that aren't getting the extensions after their rookie deal. They're getting traded away instead. I mean, that's where Barry's made his money, right? Guys like Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, guys that were due for contracts, they got rid of them.
The biggest separator.
You're starting to see players starting to demand trades, though, too, like big name players in the NFL. And I think this just gives you more flexibility as a team, even with salary cap and things like that, to start to make bigger deals happen. And we'll see where that goes.
Here's the problem. I want to stop us right here before we get too far. Okay. The problem is there's 2 discrepancies here that we're talking about, or one big discrepancy between the 2 different leagues. It's cap space.
Sure.
Okay. The cap space margin in the NFL is it's a wazzy, it's a woozy, it's a fake ass imaginary line in some way, shape, or form that you can go over.
But no, not in the NFL.
how many teams right now before free agency were over the cap space?
But they're able to get done. They
league.
restructure.
Again,
the NBA is a legit unlimited cap.
No.
Yeah, you just pay more taxes on it. Yeah, that's what the luxury cap is.
Yeah,
we
but
talked
you pay
about
like
that.
like 2 times that.
It depends on the level over you are.
Even
And to re-sign
still.
your own players, the bird rule allows you to basically spend whatever the fuck you want. Like you could be $2 million under the cap, and your best player is a free agent. And you could fucking supermax him. It's just going to cost you twice as much money. So if you're paying him $40 million a year, it turns into like $75 million.
Well, that's the thing with the Cavs is like they were over the set, or they were getting touched into the.
They were in the highest level, which makes it even harder because then you can't even swap salary.
And now they're not. They're like
they're $2 million. They were still $2 million away after they traded Ball, but by next offseason they'll be.
I mean, the cap's going to go up at that point, and there will be away from that situation. But I don't know. I think there's many discrepancies with cap space and how certain things want to happen in certain leagues. And I mean, look at the MLB. The MLB has no cap space, no restrictions at all. It is the Wild West when it comes to that.
It's fucking insane.
Well, it's not, because owners are cheap and boring and lame and think that not spending money is the smartest thing that they can do. Like, the superstars deserve all the money in the world, because statistically here, I'm going to say this until the day I die, in my own personal belief and many others, baseball's the hardest sport out there.
Oh,
okay. So you're not just paying for a guy like Shohei Ohtani. You're not just paying for his name and his statistics on the stat sheet. You are getting an economy that comes with him.
But that's
the same thing with LeBron.
Shohei though, because he's coming from Japan.
But it's the same thing with LeBron. He brought
correct.
Iman Shumpert even said this. It's like he reopened restaurants. He made jobs happen. Like, it's the same thing with Shohei. You are bringing an entire economy with you.
But in the NFL, who's doing that for you?
I don't really think anybody. I think it's led by. Honestly, it's the what have you done for me recently type of league, because it's Pat Mahomes and Joe Burrow. And
but Mahomes hasn't gotten a contract extension since his $500 million contract.
But that's
that was
10
like 5 years.
long.
That was so long ago.
He's 30, dude. He's gonna be 35 when that thing's up. So what?
But I mean, I'm just saying that's a low price.
Can you believe
contract
Mahomes has been in the league almost 10 years?
Yeah, dude, I can. It's because 17 was his rookie year. Yeah,
that's crazy. That's just crazy, dude. Like, we're watching a career unfold in front of us.
But here, let's talk about contracts real quick, because we just talked about the supermax for an NBA player, like Giannis, 4 years, 275. Right, is what he's going to be at now.
Yeah.
Now, this is a guy who's one of the top 5 players in the league. He's an NBA champion. He's an NBA MVP.
He has all the statistics and everything to back it up.
Jackson Smith-Njigba just got a 4-year, $168 million extension yesterday.
$42.15 million.
$120 million guaranteed.
Yep.
He is getting FU money from the Seahawks to be a receiver who's he's not on the Calvin Johnson fucking level. I mean, he's a great wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to give him any shade. He was killer last year.
It's 1A, 1B, 1C for Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Jackson Smith-Njigba on any given. Maybe 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D with Puka in there as well. There's 4 guys run the show.
Yeah, but you could go to each one. Like Justin Jefferson, though, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
He makes it happen.
Jackson Smith appears to be the same way, and then there's some up and comers too. But yeah, it's just a lot of money though, and I think that will feed into when we talk about these teams that are willing to trade receivers.
Yeah,
like hoping that when we get into the mock drafts, like talking about Brian Thomas Jr. being available, Marvin Harrison Jr. being available.
Right.
These are teams that haven't gotten a lot of production in that first 2 years, and at the end of this year, they're going to have to make that decision where they're basically going to get nothing back for them because everybody will know they'll be a free agent the following year, or they're going to have to pay them 30, 40, $50 million a year at that point, because every year the contracts get more and more crazy. I mean, let's just look at it this year. We thought you had to look up what Pat Mahomes' deal was, but I think it was a 10-year, $500 million contract.
That's exactly, I think, what it was with like
Tyler Lindenbaum just got $27 million a year to play center.
Okay, but that's also an overpay.
It doesn't matter. That's what the league justified. It's not like I bet you the Browns were offering him 24, and he's like, I got to take the extra $3 million. It's like, or 22. Like, either way, offensive linemen are going to be at $30 million a year in the next year or two. So
it was a 10-year, $450 million extension. With the Kansas City Chiefs in 2020. The valued up to $503, running through 2031. The 2026 restructure converted 54.45 of his salary into a bonus, reducing his 2026 cap hit to $34.65 million, while creating $43 million in cap space. Okay, so his base salary is $1.3 million, and his restructure bonus is $54 million.
So Patrick Mahomes, arguably up until the last couple of years, the best quarterback in the league by far, right? You could say
I don't know about that.
Okay, that's why it's called arguably.
He's on the train of regression.
Possibly, we'll see what happens. This year.
Statistics.
Either way, Patrick Mahomes getting $50 million a year. There's 4 offensive linemen right now getting $27 million a year.
He's also won 3 Super Bowls before the age of 30.
So what I'm saying, though, is offensive line versus quarterback.
Yes.
We're talking, they're at $30 million right now.
Yes.
We're talking wide receivers are getting paid. Jackson Smith is about to get paid probably as guaranteed money, more money than Patrick Mahomes in the next couple
but that
years.
was also 6 years ago.
I know, but I'm just saying that just shows how insane the market is changing. We're talking about, like, let's look at the best contracts in the NFL even 10 years ago and how marginally they were increasing year by year.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, teams are going to have 4 players on their team, a wide receiver, a defensive end, and a quarterback making $50-60 million a year. That cap, it's up to 340, I think now.
I want to ask you this. Okay. Just like any economics, there's a bubble to everything.
Of course.
Where does that bubble pop in the NFL?
I don't think it does. That's why they just keep adding new games. I don't know. I don't know that the bubble pops. The NBA hasn't popped. Baseball hasn't popped. Yeah, I understand.
Baseball doesn't have a bubble like that, though. It's different.
Really? Because their viewership is tanking
Actually,
every year.
their viewership has gone up significantly.
You're looking at a couple of teams. If you have a Japanese player on your team, yeah, you're more likely to increase because you're getting revenue from some Japanese.
That comment's a little redacted. We're going to get
redacted.
Yeah,
it's not redacted. I'm
redacting that comment. I'm disavowing that comment.
I'll prove it to you right now with one statistic.
Okay.
2024-2025 World Series, 15+ million viewership.
Okay.
2023, what do you think it was?
I don't know.
9 million.
Okay.
Year before that, what do you think it was?
I don't know.
9 million. 2020, what do you think it was?
I don't know.
$8.5 million.
Okay,
you know what the difference is between all those years in 2024 and 2025?
Significantly more people.
Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers made the World Series in both those years.
Okay, you're also talking about the biggest marketed team on the planet.
But that's exactly. But it's also, listen, if the Dodgers were in the World Series 10 years ago without Shohei, they would not be getting 15 million views because the Yankees were in one of those championships before that, and they didn't get the same draw.
When was the last time the Yankees won a World Series?
It's not about when the last time they won. It's how many they've been in.
Okay, how many
Either
have
way,
they been in
viewership for the World Series has literally been cut in half since like the early 2000s.
I'm going to do some research and come back to you on that next week and talk to you about that then. Because I think significantly different. I think that the number has just rose and increased.
Chipotle is what's messing your body up. It's trash.
That is very true. That is extremely true.
Thanks for tuning in.
I need to hop on some BPC 157. I got to get some gut repair action going on for myself. A little gut repair peptide.
157 type peptide is for like health. It's like not for gut. I'm pretty sure it's for like tendons.
BPC does a lot of work to your gut health.
Everything.
TB 500.
All right, either way, let's get back to the NFL salary cap before we get into that. It's $300 million in 2026.
Yep.
In 2010, it was uncapped year. 2011, was $120 million.
Yeah.
So really, in 15 years, it's almost tripled in value.
But it's also gotten triple the amount of expense as well. Going to a fucking NFL game.
Expense. They've added an extra game. Yeah. They've increased it's because that everybody's like if they come out with a Wednesday night game, I think they are right. Netflix is going to buy that. They're willing to pay whatever the fuck because Netflix can.
And I still won't watch it.
Netflix can buy you 10 times over. It's like ridiculous what they're spending money on. Hey, speaking of buying, we'd like to buy lunch. So like and subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the New Guy Sports Night channel. If you ever want to come on the show, talk sports with us, just email us, sports@guysnight.com, spelled with a K. And we'd be happy to have you live tune in with us and talk a little bit about whatever's on your mind sports related.
What would we do if we had a guest?
Probably the same thing we're doing right now.
Okay.
Here we are.
All right. That being said, we've kind of tailed off here a little bit. Let's get into the draft. Got a couple of different things we're going to talk about. We each got our mock draft 3.0 coming out this week. I'm interested to see what changed on yours, if anything. Not a lot changed on mine. I'm going to be honest. The only thing different is I went 7 rounds. I still think that the best thing for the Browns to do is to turn number 24 and number 39 somehow into 2 receivers that are already playing in the NFL. Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison are number 1 and number 2 on my list. I don't think that they're going to happen, but that's what I'd like to see happen. And maybe if that trade rule comes into effect, it makes it a little bit easier. We can give them like a second now and like a fourth couple years down the road. But
in like 2031.
But then we're gonna talk about our diamonds in the rough. So we're gonna start a new thing for you guys listening. Comment and who your diamond in the rough is in this year's draft. Basically, a fourth or later potential draft pick that you think is somebody that could turn into something, could not be anything. And we're gonna get into that. So this week we've both got a couple of guys that are in our mock drafts that we are going to talk a little bit about more in detail. So I kind of gave away the secret, but as always, we're going to go to my mock draft first. Number 6, I'm still taking Caleb Downs. We're going to get into some of the talented that's available when we get into this. But
okay, I just...
Hold on a second. Don't get too excited. Number 6, Caleb Downs. 24 is my trade for Brian Thomas, and I did that by... I traded down to 56. Traded... Jacksonville gave me 56 for my number 24 with Brian Thomas, and I had to throw in a fifth along with it. 39 traded for Marvin Harrison. I think I had to throw in a fifth to make that trade happen. With my 56 pick from the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm taking Jennings Dunker, guard out of Iowa. 70, I'm still getting Zachariah Branch. 107, Max Clare, tight end out of Ohio State. 116, I traded up from like 170. I wanted Malachi Fields, and he fell, so I took the chance. Number 149, Dalen Everett. I don't know if he's still going to be available there. Solid cornerback out of Georgia. Good size to him. And then I took another cornerback at 248, Damani Jackson. Stay tuned to see which one of those two players is going to be on our... USC before that, actually.
Really?
So stay tuned. We're going to do a little projection on one of those two players. You'll see who my gem of the week is. But... yeah, I mean, this is where I'm thinking that it's at. I still think the trade for 24 and 39. Now, the difference this time is I don't have a tackle in there. I've got Jennings Dunker.
He's a good guard out of Iowa.
I mean, he just looks like he fits the part. I've seen
that man
since he has that mullet, and it's like that dude just looks like he belongs to. Do you remember Steve Everett? It's probably before your time. Used to be a center for the Browns. Had the same mullet. It was.
I remember
great.
Brian Bosworth.
Yeah,
he had that sick design.
Yeah, but he wasn't a Brown.
No, but I remember the mullet that he had.
Mullet. When a guy look at Palomalu, great hair just means great football player.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Like if you can grow a head of lettuce, you can pretty much be good at anything.
Definitely.
You either have to be bald or you have to have a flow. Like there's no in between.
All right, Ed, I've got yours up here now. Ed's mock draft. Tell me a little about what it went into here.
I mean, dude, really nothing. I mean, yes, the player names changed.
Now, I was a little shocked at number 6.
Tell me Caleb Loma.
What made you pick him at 6?
Again, we're looking at a left tackle spot here. Okay, nothing. I want everybody to stop just looking at the players themselves and look at and just hear me out here in the thought process behind things. Caleb Loma is a true left tackle. That is the only spot that we have there that needs to be filled. I'm not trusting DeJuan Jones and his big body. Okay. I just truly, personally, if a guy is there that you like, go up and get your guy. And if you feel like you can maybe move down the board and still get him, great. I didn't do that. Again, I'm just focusing on what is there in front of me. And what was in front of me was Carnell Tate was gone, Arvell Reese was gone, David Bailey was gone. There were a lot of players that we already pretty much knew were gone at that point.
All right. Hey, and Kelbell, appreciate the comment. I do have a tiny chub for Max Clare. I don't think he'll be out of the league by 2030. I'm kind of surprised you feel that way, but he's
a great player.
But you know what? I've been wrong before, and we'll see what happens. All right, so number 24. This is a pick I have not seen yet. Chris Brazel, the second.
Yeah, Brazel.
Tell me a little bit about Chris Brazel.
He's just a good athletic freak. I mean, he played a lot of great college ball. He's got a lot of good stuff.
Where's he from?
I want to say he's from Louisville.
Oh.
No, I'm wrong. I caught myself here. I'm sorry. That's Chris Bell.
Okay.
Chris Bell is from University of Louisville. Chris Brazel, I think, is from Oklahoma State. If I'm wrong. So be it. I was watching some wide receiver tape this morning, so I'm a little fuzzy.
So I haven't seen him projected this. I haven't seen either of these two projected this early, so I'm a little surprised. You got them both here coming early. Where did this come from? The draft was somebody that you really wanted gone at that point.
Yeah, and it was Omar Cooper Jr.
So you couldn't find another receiver out there, David Boston.
I just don't think he's that quick. I mean, he doesn't do much for me. His route tree is very limited. At 6'4", he runs a 4.5 flat. It doesn't do anything for me. He's not, very vertical. Or he's really just a vertical wide receiver.
Gotcha.
Okay. I want to see more out of Brazel. I think if he gets in a good system, I think he can actually do that.
Okay.
Do I think he's going to be? I want to preface this really quickly here. Do I think he is going to be the number one wide receiver on a team? No. But I think everyone would be happy if you had a super solid supportive wide receiver 2.
Okay. All right. Number 39, you got Emmanuel Pregnon. I have on my big board last week.
I still like him. I think if he's there, hey, why not? Tevin Jenkins has injury history, and Zion Johnson sucks at guard.
We don't know that.
No, we do know that. We have 4 years of him. He just was a first-round draft pick, and the Chargers let him go. Why? Because that offensive line sucked.
All right.
The Browns overpaid.
Davidson Igbinosun. Good luck with that one.
Igbinosun. I feel like the cornerback room needs to get a little bit younger. Why not? Okay. It doesn't hurt to have more cornerbacks in the room. Again, Denzel is going to be at that age where he can get injured even easier than he already is.
Sure.
Has a multitude of concussions. He could really, I think he's only like one concussion away from having to actually hang it up.
Wow.
So,
I mean, that's very possible. I do think that cornerback's a spot that's kind of sneaking in up on us.
If a guy, again, and this is my philosophy here, it's if a guy is there that you like, whether it's a massive need or not, go out and get him. Yeah. David Igbinosun can play a super solid corner. He's 6'2", he's 198, he's a dog. I watched him all season and I like him. Same thing here with Max Clare. I love him as a player. I think he's really, really good. He fits that typical tight end spot that I don't think Harold Fannin does.
Okay.
Harold Fannin to me is Travis Kelce light.
I do think they're going to pick up a tight end. I know they just signed one that's going to be more of
Jake
a blocker.
Stoll.
Yeah, I think they're still going to find another blocking tight end out there that's still got enough athleticism. They're going to miss David Njoku. I know that he had some drops, but he also had the ability to still catch the ball. He still was
he can high point the football and take it over at the top of anybody.
And he turned out to be a really great run blocker. He's one of the best. He was one of the top 10 tight ends that could run block. I think they're going to miss that. So
100%.
They're definitely going to have to fill that spot.
100%.
All right, Jake Slaughter, center out of Florida.
Again,
I mean, definitely a position.
You can never have too many good offensive linemen.
The only thing that you've got a ton of offensive linemen here, and obviously they just spent they just signed 4 offensive linemen. So I don't know if they're going to go up this many. Who's Tanner Kozul? I don't know that name.
Tight end out of Houston, 6'7" kid is nasty. I'm not going to say much more on that. I just would say watch the tape because he's got some super solid stuff. He's got good bones. Like you look at a house.
Sure,
it's not a house. You buy a home, or I'm sorry, you buy a house to make it your home. Tanner Konzel is a guy that you draft. He's a good tight end, and he's got good form overall to be a great tight end. Now you put him with a good coaching system, he's going to be a decent tight end.
Fair enough. All right, next up here, you've got Caden Curry at
I love Caden Curry. Super high motor defensive end, just nasty.
He actually had 11 sacks. I mean, it's hard to tell where he's at because he played on a defense that had Sonny Styles. You had
he was very overshadowed by all the other talent. You had Reese, Styles, Caden McDonald was on that offensive line as well.
Downs,
or defensive line, I'm sorry. Igba knows it. Like, dude, it's
a lot of talent on that team. So, I mean, this
is the smallest big name out of that Ohio State defense that I think could make a huge impact.
Now, here's the thing. I mean, well, we're going to talk about who you're shocked. And then you got Jimmy Roller, who's a linebacker out of Michigan. I have no idea.
Super high motor kid. If you got to watch him play against Ohio State, the kid was all over the field. He's awesome. I hate Michigan. Fuck Michigan. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. I'm an OSU fan till I die. But Jimmy Roller, great linebacker.
So before we get to our diamonds in the rough, one of the things that you brought up high motor a couple of times, and I'm interested to see if you had to pick best player out of this group and bust out of this group, who would it be? So I got David Bailey, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, and Reuben Bain.
Okay. You said David Bailey, Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese,
and Reuben Bain. Bust, Hall of Famer.
Reuben Bain is the bust.
Wow.
The arms.
It's so funny how that
statistic is a serious thing, though. That arm length statistic is a real thing. It's not just like it's a speed thing. It's not like it is real. That measurement cutoff versus performance is real.
Yeah.
Your arms have to be long enough.
I haven't done enough research on it. Go ahead and you think who's your Hall of Famer then, or your best player out of there?
That's so tough. I don't know. I couldn't make a Hall of Famer
if you had to guess.
Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
Arvell Reese. Truly, I think if he can.
It depends on what's. I mean,
if he can truly get in the right coaching system that allows him to play to his strengths, which like any player should, he could be a top 10 defensive end or linebacker.
It's so interesting because all these players are kind of tweeners. I mean, they're not, but they are. And here, Sonny Styles, he's tall, he's lanky. Is he gonna are they gonna play in 3-4s? Because a lot of these guys aren't 4-3 players. Like Sonny Styles isn't gonna play defensive end in a 4-3, in my opinion.
No, he's gonna get
and
bodied.
He's also not gonna play outside linebacker in a 4-3 because I think that puts him at a disadvantage unless you're playing in like a
nasty though.
I get that, but you're still fighting through blockers in a 4-3. I don't know. And then
he's gonna be a hell of a run stuffer though, dude. He's gonna take Derrick Henry face to face.
I'd be honest, if you watch the tape on Sonny Styles, he is such an arm tackler, it worries me. I watched it again today. I was going to play it during the show, but I watched probably 10 different videos on Sonny Styles because I was trying to get an opinion on what I thought of him. And he is such an arm tackler. He very rarely butts up head to head when he fills the hole. He always comes in an angle, even when he's out in the flats. And he does have a tendency to get dragged because he doesn't have the size. He doesn't have 270 on him. He's, I think, 243,
something like that in the mid,
6'4", right?
6'5".
So I don't know. We'll see. So if I was going to go with
you
my
think
bust,
his workout is going to overshadow the fact that he still has flaws in his game?
We just talked about a guy that I was obsessed with calling out of college, Isaiah Simmons, which he did just sign with somebody last week or the week before. I can't remember who it was, but I think it was it Packers? No. Either way, he was the same kind of player, right? In college, you can play safety at that speed, because you're not going against Justin Jefferson in there. You're not going against, Jackson Smith. But then they can also come up front and play defensive end, outside linebacker, because you're not going against 6'5", 370 tackles with NFL skills. Right. You could be going against a left tackle that looks like Humpty Dumpty out there and he just falls on his ass every time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that's another hard part about watching all these guys on tape because they're showing Sonny Styles highlights against Grambling State when Ohio State's up 35-0 at the half.
Like, that doesn't do anything.
Like what's that showing?
It doesn't do anything.
Right.
This is you know what this is? Those matchups, and I love highlighting those matchups because it is literally the 9th grader that came back to the elementary school he just graduated from and is bodying every single kid.
It's your stat builder, right? If you don't get 3 or 4 sacks and a couple of tackles for loss against them to pad your stats, like you're just not doing it right. The one person that stuck out to me as far as I'm starting to like him more and more, and it's going back to how I felt during the playoffs, college football playoffs. Reuben Bain, I know you say those short arms are an issue, but he has some of the best moves and best hands when it comes to.
I'll have to rewatch that tape then.
Yeah, I watched against Ohio State. I watched against Indiana. He gets through and off the block so well. I think that between him and Arvell Reese are going to be the 2 best players. I think Arvell Reese is going to be the best player. It really just depends on where he ends up at because he does play so well off the ball, but is a team going to put him on the defensive end spot and make him just rush the passer?
I was pretty frustrated with Arvell Reese's performance in the national championship.
Definitely.
Against Miami. I'm sorry. That really pissed me off.
So that's when you take those 2 players side by side, Reuben Bain and Arvell Reese. Okay, well, when the big game mattered, who did better? Now, I didn't watch a lot of Ohio State football, but I know that a lot of people downplayed Ohio State's offensive line, said it's
because Tegra Shabola's ass.
But at the same point in time, Reuben Baines was all over the field against Miami or against Ohio State. He was all over the field against Indiana.
Yeah.
I watched him play against Texas A&M. Dude was just always in the backfield causing hell. I think he might be the best player out of this group.
And you know what? And I'm not saying
on the right team.
Yeah.
Not going to play. I don't know. He could be Brandon Graham and be a guy that gets 3 to 5 sacks, but against the run, he's dominant.
Can we stop here for 1 second and just mention this? Just because they play a position right now does not mean they're going to play in the NFL.
100%.
Like Reuben Bain, he could maybe lose 30 pounds and start playing off-ball linebacker or Sam.
I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to be I know you're talking hypothetical here,
sure. Just for the sake of the argument. All right, let's not get too far down the list here. I really do want to get to some March Madness stuff with you.
So,
I don't want to rush
bust
you.
for me is going to be Sonny Styles. I think the best player out of that group is going to be he's going to be a bust. I'd put money on it.
Okay.
And then my star, I think I'm going to go with Reese too. I think he's going to be the best player out of the group.
I think he does a lot of great things right, but again, I'm really salty at the way that he did Ohio State against that Miami game. It really just upset me. Maybe I just haven't seen it in a while. It's been a couple months since I saw that tape, so I'll have to rewatch it. Maybe my opinion will change a little bit. I'll be honest. This is the 1 year I have not watched a ton of tape on a lot of players, which sucks because I usually love highlighting a lot of players.
We'll get into it more. And then I'll tell you, biggest disappointment, because I think Sonny Styles is going to be just overdrafted because of his athletic. I don't think he's going to be a disappointment.
He shot up boards.
I think David Bailey is going to be a disappointment. Dude, I watched
It's
him get.
possible.
I watched 2 of his sacks where the quarterback fell down and he just jumped on him basically.
And
It
they
was
called him a
fumble,
sack.
and
Yeah, he just like.
it was like a Myles Garrett sack, you know.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, just saying.
I touched him. I touched him.
Let me ask you, would you say that same thing of Myles Garrett sitting right there?
No, dude. Myles Garrett, you come on anytime and tell me how great you are, and I'll just agree.
And we'll just go. Myles, you're so great, Myles.
All right, last thing we're gonna get to before we move over to the March Madness is gonna be our diamonds in the rough. Diamonds in the rough. So I had Damani Jackson, Alabama cornerback, 6'1", just under 200, 4.4 speed. This dude was a 5-star recruit. He's actually the number 9 overall recruit out of high school that went to USC, and it just did not come together, dude. A lot of struggles, never maintained his starting role. He blamed the defense, went to Alabama in the transfer portal. He is a boundary outside corner, so you talk about a guy that can replace Denzel at 6'1", 200 pounds and 4.4 speed. Would match up well if he can, kind of become the guy that they projected. He's a 4 to 6 round projection. And the big thing with him is it's like nobody's really figured out what makes him work or what makes him best. And apparently inconsistency is something that happens. Could be an issue in the NFL, but it could be somebody where he just outperforms where he gets drafted, or he just becomes a guy who's not even on the roster. Either way, with that speed, size, he can definitely play special teams for his opening year.
Yeah, he's got great measurements.
Yeah, if you get that in the 6th round, I think you can't lose.
No.
All right, tell me a little about Caden Curry.
Caden Curry, I mean, right off the board, 5-star out of Indiana. He's 6'3", 270 edge, and for that big of a guy, moves like nothing you would ever expect. Obviously, he's setting up at the edge. 11 sacks.
Yeah.
I say this, and I want to just reiterate: the sacks does not entirely define a player. But for, again, a kid that was probably the bottom name on that Ohio State defense,
Sure.
the smallest name on the biggest game, on the biggest team in the country for a long time, he literally made it all happen. The kid is an animal. He reminds me a little bit, I'm not saying the player himself or what he was at that time. He reminds me just a little bit J.J. Watt.
Okay.
Just a little bit, nothing crazy. Again, plug and play guy. I think if you get him in the right system to where he can play that traditional 4-3 edge, he's going to do some wonder stuff. Or at least he could be a good rotation piece. I kind of think his highest projection in the NFL would be Alex Wright.
Okay. I mean, either way, that makes sense. He's not really a pass rusher. Like you said, he's going to be great against the run. He did get 11 sacks, but I think that played a lot into the just kind of, you got Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles blitzing in on there. You're going to get yourself some opportunities. But yeah, I think for a late round pick, 4th, 5th, 6th round, I think it's definitely somebody that can, bring some talent to somebody's team. And everybody talks about his motor. And the other thing I said was coaches absolutely love him. He's the guy who's going to show up. He's the lunch pail guy.
Did you watch him make that hit on Mendoza?
No, I did not see that.
You got to see, it was the first play of the game. He almost knocked Mendoza out of the football game.
Wow.
I mean, the kid was going to kill him. Every time I watch Caden Curry set off the edge and he gets in front of, he gets past his blocker, I genuinely think he's going to kill the quarterback. So I'm telling you right now, I know, like I said, I don't want to get too far into the weeds on things. Watch more tape on Caden Curry and you'll be shocked.
All right. Hey, stay tuned next week to see who our potential gems of the draft are in mock draft 4.0 and if anything changes.
4.0. What do we got? A month to the NFL draft?
Yeah.
Are we going to do a mock?
We're going to do a live show right here. We should have a show before,
like a pre-show.
We'll start early.
Yeah.
We'll start early that night. See how many guys we can get down here to make their draft picks, and we'll have everybody kind of select to be a team or whatever. And we'll do a little live draft before.
You do realize the draft is for one night is 4 hours long.
It's such a good time though.
And you do realize
we were here last time.
Yeah, but I don't work from home.
Yeah, but that was a Thursday night. Fridays are milking it anyway. All right, moving on. We're going to talk a little bit of March Madness, and I've actually got a video queued up because this is one of the.
Oh boy!
This was our upset that we chose, and that did not come to fruition.
Oh boy! Oh jeez!
We had this as our upset, Ed.
Did we? I don't even remember. No.
Did you watch this game?
I did not, no.
Dude, this is the most insane ending right here. All right, so the Santa Clara, Kentucky ties it
up.
Oh,
I do remember this. This.
So I want you to watch something real quick. All right, well, here, we'll see what the result is first.
I know this. He heaves it. Bank. Bang.
Oh, brutal. All right, so I want you to see something right here because this was the controversy. All right, I want you to look in the background and look at the coach. He's right. He's kind of blending in right here. He's about right here. You got an referee right here.
Yeah.
Watch the coach. Remember, there's 2 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of not 17, but 18 to 20-year-old kids.
Yeah.
What do you do when you just take the game-winning shot? You're up by 3 with 2 seconds left. What's the first thing you think you would do?
Call timeout.
Oh, really? Look at him. Do you see him?
Yeah. Wow. Oh, wow.
He's literally begging for the timeout, chasing the referee down the court, and yeah.
I do remember hearing about this.
I watched that game live and was completely disappointed by that because I thought we were going to get that upset. That was one that we picked.
Do we still have our brackets?
I do. I have our bracket right here, and guess how many out of the top final 16? I texted you the other day. You remember how many we have left?
No.
9. We're better than 50% still in.
That's
and
pretty good.
Here's the good news. All of our final 4 teams are still in.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude. All right,
let me see that bracket again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
and you know what's funny? We actually were gonna call the number 12 team over Wisconsin, and we would have gotten that one. That would have been a big one for us too. But we
High Point, dude. Did you watch that High Point Arkansas game?
Yes,
that was insane.
Yes,
I think his name is Roy Martin. He's a point guard. He's like 5'8",
dude.
Dog. Darius Acuff is the best point guard in the country. Roy Martin gave that man his money's worth that night. That was insane. It was just back and forth. No defense. Or
None.
If it was defense,
it was very
terrible
limited.
defense.
What was your favorite game out of it so far?
It was that game.
It was that game.
It was 110% that game.
I thought Duke was going to lose.
Dude, they don't look as invincible.
No, well, they were down by double digits before the half of their opening round game against the
Sierra
16 seed.
Sienna.
They beat Siena. I think it was like 71 to 68 or 64
they beat
or something.
Oh no, there's the scores in it. Yeah, but they were down. I mean, it looked like Duke was going down.
It's crazy. And then for the most part, a lot of the games were double digit wins. Like
Yeah.
I think the average point difference in the round 1 was like 20 points or something like that. But
dude, shout out to Nebraska. Nebraska, a 4 seed.
Yeah.
They beat Vandy. Dude, that game was great too.
Well, Florida got upset. We picked that one too.
I know we did. Did we? Did we really?
Yeah. Look,
Go me! I still got it. I never left, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I'm like that. Oh man, dude, that's crazy. God, it's funny because I think I left my bracket here with you.
Yeah, I think you did too.
I
Somebody
think
was
I left it here with you.
Handwriting is this?
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's hilarious, dude. Wow. Yeah, we did pick Santa Clara for that upset. It didn't happen. Virginia, Tennessee. Dude, Tennessee. Insane. I'm just now reminiscent of this just because I wasn't paying attention the good majority of the week. Texas, an 11 seed.
Yeah.
In the Elite 8.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Not Elite 8, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
The games start, I think, tomorrow? I think games start or Thursday?
Thursday. It goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. So we'll see how we're doing
the
next
NIT
Tuesday.
Is on, though.
Yeah. Next week, we'll be able to see how we're doing our Elite 8. We could have all 10. Well, actually, they'll be down to the Final 4 next weekend.
No, the final rounds are from March 28th to April 6th. Next week, we would just be wrapping up the Elite 8.
Okay.
Or the Sweet 16, I'm sorry.
So when are the Elite 8 games? I don't have the bracket in front of me.
From March 28th to April 6th.
Okay, so we'll be in the March 28th. Yeah, that's the Elite or the Elite 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week is April 1st is Wednesday. So they're gonna play on Monday and Tuesday?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting my weeks all messed up here. I'm sorry. I'm a week behind. I'm messing all my whole fucking.
All right, so yeah, Saturday, March 28th and March 29th are the Elite 8 games.
That's crazy.
We'll know who our Final 4 is if we still have 4 teams left. So shout out to freaking Guys Night Podcast. Let's hope we can. If we guess all 4, we did it live too. That's just fucking sick.
Yeah,
with no fucking. I haven't watched a
edits.
fucking ounce of college basketball all year. The only team that I actually care about wasn't even in it, which is USC. I do like UNC. I love North Carolina basketball because there's just something about that freaking blue. Dude,
you should have cheered on for High Point then.
Dude, they blew a fucking 20-point lead and fucking ended up getting smoked. Like Roy Williams is probably like, I could have done that from my fucking wheelchair and fucking done a better job. Like, and then the coach afterwards just sounded like a schmuck. If he's still the coach next year, I wonder if I could find that fucking.
I'd be careful for someone that doesn't watch college basketball. I'd be careful who you're dissing. I don't know who the coach is for UNC, but I'd be watch your mouth.
It's Hubert Davis. So all right, here, let's see if I can get this.
He's the one that in the end hits that shot.
It's perfect. He was the one. Because During this time of NIL and transfer portal, having a kid as accomplished as Seth to stay at one school for 4 years. That shot was made by the perfect person at the right time. He's deserving of being remembered forever.
Oh, this is not the one. This is not the one I'm talking about.
I was going to say, I was so confused. I'm like, wait,
yeah, I don't know why I thought that was the one either. Hold on, I'll keep looking for it. But
regardless,
he sounded like a complete schmuck.
Oh, that's fine.
I'd be
We'll go
surprised
over
if
that
he'll
later.
be the.
I don't really see any coach if they go pretty good into this tournament. They're no coach is going to lose their fucking job. I will say
no, they lost.
I understand that, but if you're still in March Madness and you lose, you're not going to lose your job as a coach. Dude, you know how long Houston's head coach has been coaching for?
Who?
Houston's head coach? I don't remember his name. He's been doing this for like almost, I think, as long as you're alive. Like, I'm just saying. The guy knows how to win.
All right, let's see if this is.
I still think
Dennis
UConn's
Cox,
going to come
99
out.
on the fan and rally. Hubert, why did you go to just a 6-man rotation in the second half?
Because that was my decision.
Dennis Cox, 99 on the fan and rally. Hubert, why did you go to just a 6-man
Because that was my
rotation?
decision.
Did you
Well,
sense that your
dude,
team
fucking
got a little
Arkansas
tired
does the
there?
same thing.
I did
Calipari
not.
runs like a 7-man rotation.
Didn't feel they were getting tired. Gave up 20 fucking points.
Hubert, why did you go to just a 6-man rotation in
All
the
right,
second
all
half?
right.
Either way, fucking huge disaster. Embarrassing for fucking North Carolina to blow that kind of fucking lead and get spooked out of the fucking.
That's
tournament
tough.
early.
You hate to
But
see it.
yeah, so hopefully, we end up doing well. I had some other points too. We talked about High Point. Talked about Duke almost losing the Kentucky game, which
There
was
really
complete
isn't. There
disappointment.
really isn't a Cinderella.
No, who's left? It's I think if you were gonna call one of them, it would be
It'd have to be Texas.
who beat Florida. They're still in it. They're a 9 seed, I think.
Who beat Florida?
Top left. They're in.
Oh no, bottom. You're saying bottom left. Iowa. Iowa beat Florida as the 9 seed. I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna call it, I don't think there's anybody less than or a lower seed than them.
No, the 11th seed.
Yeah. So
I swear to you, Texas. Texas is the 11th seed.
yeah,
And they're
okay.
still in it. They beat Gonzaga.
Yeah, they played Tennessee, right?
No, they played Purdue.
Purdue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry. No, they beat Gonzaga too. Yes. Texas beat BYU. Texas beat Gonzaga. Now they're up facing Purdue, which I personally think they're going to get their cheeks slapped.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But
all
other
right.
than that, I mean, that's pretty much it, man.
So, as a casual NCAA fan, I kind of watched like 3 games. I watched the Duke game. I only watched like the last 5 minutes of
it's
the
kind of
Kentucky game.
comforting just to know that like you could turn that on and just like any sports channel you go to,
Yeah, well,
it's
it's
basketball.
Yeah, so we'll see this week. I'll probably tune in this week because I want to see actually what happens with the Elite Eight and the Final Four if we're going to get into it. But this is where it gets really interesting, right? Because there's still upsets.
There's still
There's
really
still
isn't.
teams. I mean, you could have a Texas, you could have an Iowa. One of these teams beat, one of these top 1 teams that get knocked out. So we'll see what happens.
I hate to say it, but this is a Cinderella story. But if Nebraska goes deep, like seeding wise, they're not what the traditional Cinderella story is. But Nebraska's good.
Yeah,
Fred Hoiberg, former Bulls coach, knows what he's doing there.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
he's a dog, and that team is ran really efficiently.
Yeah.
So I
Still think UConn's winning it all?
yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Dan Hurley's got this shit locked down. He was built for this.
Let's see what happens. All right, we're going to transfer from that. We talked a little bit earlier about the WBC fallout. So yeah, Team America, dude, fell a run short. That game was last Tuesday when we were actually starting the shows or ending the shows when it was starting. I watched it through I think 6 innings, and then I was like, this just doesn't look good. And yeah, they ended up losing 3-2. They didn't score. I have it written down here. The last 5 games of the tournament, they scored 3, 6, 5, 2, and 2 runs. Would you have ever imagined a team that's got Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge on it that they were going to score 2 runs? Not only that, I mean, you had Bobby Witt Jr., who's a 300-plus hitter and shortstop. You had Gunnar Anderson, who was doing well. I mean, you had some players that were doing well throughout the tournament, but man, they could not score more than 2 runs. Not against the Shohei Ohtani or what's the other pitcher from like they weren't going against what I would consider like the lockdown pitchers. But what's your thoughts on it? Don't cry.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's
Yeah.
tough. It's brutal. It really sucks.
Well, do you got to wait 4 more years? Or are they going to do this every year now?
No, they're gonna do it every 4 years.
Is it every 4 years?
Follows the Olympics.
Okay.
So, yeah, it sucks. I don't like it. It's not enjoyable. I don't enjoy watching my team get beat the brakes off them. They should have beat Italy. That was kind of the first red flag moment.
That was a super. I mean, I think
Alex Bregman sucks.
Yeah,
he did not perform at all. There was a lot of no-shows that showed up.
They complained about the pitching choices of the manager, even in the championship game too. I don't know
what
who
the
else
fuck is DeRosa? Like, I'm sorry, Mark DeRoe needs to not coach this team. They need an actual, like, legitimate player of some kind or somebody. Like, I get it. Listen, Mark DeRoe, like DeRosa, great guy, very smart when it comes to his baseball analytics. The players love him, but he's not a manager.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a reason that he's on ESPN every couple of days. Okay. I'm sorry. I think they need a whole new manager because there's no reason for that. You know, every American thought, every baseball fan at least thought it's going to come in ass whooping of a lifetime, and it just didn't show up. They did not show up.
So this is something I got a question. So obviously, when it comes to like World Series baseball, what matters the most in the World Series baseball? Is your top 3 starters or is your lineup, in your opinion?
Oh, dude, it just depends. Like, where are you at with it? Like, are we just starting out the best game, like the best game of 7?
If you were building a team, would you rather have the 3 best pitchers or the top 4 hitters between 2 teams?
What does the rest of my team look like though?
It doesn't matter.
I would say you want your pitching because your pitching is ultimately going to be the decision factor. You know, if you lose 1-0, your pitcher pitched a great game.
Yeah.
If you lose 5-4, you know, your pitching still showed up a little bit, but you know, it fell on them and your hitting couldn't catch up still.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, first of all, I mean, hitting can go right or wrong. You got to think of it too. Like, this is before baseball season, right? Like, most of the best hitters in the league really don't hit form until 30 to 40 days into the season.
Dude,
right?
you don't get the ball rolling till the weather breaks. Like, at the end of May, from like June to October, that's really when the guys' numbers really start mattering.
So
like,
I don't know. I don't watch enough Major League Baseball to see, did we put our best pitching forward in this, or did we just put our best hitters? We put our faces.
No, we put our best pitching forward.
You think that was our best pitching?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. I still have some questions
they
about some things.
They won every game except the Italy game, even though they were only scoring 2 to 3 runs a game.
Hey,
so I can't
listen, man,
argue with the
Venezuela just
pitching.
got hot.
Yeah.
Venezuela just got hot.
Yeah.
There's nothing else we could say about it. They got hot at the right time, at the right situation. They played a great team baseball. They stuck together. And honestly, dude, it means more to them.
Yeah, I
Every
agree.
other country, it means more to them to this point.
Yeah, I think so too. And it showed in the fans, like in the stadium when you're looking around at the fans.
Dude, it doesn't even look like you were in an American venue.
Not at all.
Not in the slightest bit.
So I did look this up. This is what I wanted to check on. Championship game, 10.8 million people tuned in here in the States. Last time in 2023, it was less than 5 million. So they doubled viewership. I think it only means that it's going to become more and more. Major League Baseball is going to have to step up and do something to continue to make sure that they can put their best foot forward.
I think the biggest problem with the MLB is the marketing.
Well, the other aspect is it's so early in the season. You have like great pitchers that you're going to limit because if the regular season's starting in 2 days, they've already played for 3 weeks, which means they had to start warming up earlier. They had to start throwing earlier.
Yeah, but that's such a facade, dude. Good pitchers stay pitching all year round.
Good to a degree, but I mean, your best pitcher. Let's say a guy throws a 101 mile an hour fastball. He's throwing early, like mid 90s, the first month or 2 of the season. Typically, like he's not hitting top speed until he's a couple of months into the season because shit, fucking these guys throw so hard right now. They throw the fucking tendons right out of their fucking arm.
I really just think that listen, man, if you're going into this season, like going into the year before. In 2025, you're going to get selected for this challenge.
Yeah.
And you can't accept it.
All right.
So you got to prep for it.
All right, we're ready to move on. We're going to get to the second to last part of the show.
I'm very intrigued as to what you have for me.
Dude, it is the guys' night. Well, we haven't gotten to that part yet. We're going to get into the guys' night top 5. You love it, don't you? Here, let's do it one more time.
One more time.
All right, Ed, so tonight we talked about 5 huge trades, and I wanted to judge this not just off of like the most players, not just off of the most draft picks, not the biggest disappointment. Like obviously Deshaun Watson would be on there. Not that. I wanted to do it based off of like what were, in a sense, game changers, like that changed even the league or the franchise for one way or the other for like a foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Almost reshaped defining moment trades, right?
Okay.
All
I
right.
want to hear your top 5 here.
All right. So number 5, Vikings and the Cowboys, the Herschel Walker trade.
Yeah, I 100% knew that was going to be on this list.
3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and a third-round pick. It turned into Emmitt Smith, Russell Maryland. One of those was a number 1 overall pick, Russell Maryland. Turned into Darren Woodson Jr. These 3 were all Hall of Famers, obviously Emmitt Smith and that team, and it led to them winning 3 Super Bowl championships.
Yeah.
So hard not to say that was. Oh, and Herschel Walker never ran through 1,000 yards for the Minnesota Vikings.
It's probably one of the single greatest disappointment of trades.
Number 4, this might throw you off. James Harden, the 2021 trade with the Nets, dude.
Oh, dude.
Traded the Rockets got Oladipo, 3 first-round picks, and then they also got a first-round pick from Milwaukee. The Nets got Harden, the Pacers got LeVert, and the Cavs got Jarrett Allen.
Yes,
This
I
is
do remember that.
That was like the biggest trade, most players, most teams, most draft picks involved, and it turned out to be a fucking disaster for everybody, basically.
Except for the Cavs.
Well, the Cavs got Jarrett Allen.
The Cavs, I don't even know what they gave up.
They didn't have to give anything up. I think they took the salary, which was
Oh,
part of it. But
okay.
yeah, so
You
that
could
was
arguably say that trade started what we have right now in
of course.
Cleveland.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully Jarrett Allen's got his shit together before the playoffs. Number 3, Kobe Bryant. Dude, they traded Charlotte traded
Okay.
the Lakers traded away Vlade Divac
Okay.
for nothing, just the 13th overall pick,
Yeah.
which was the rights to Kobe Bryant. And they did it because they needed to clear Vlade's cap in order to re-sign Shaquille O'Neal. Little did they know
Oh, wow.
that a high schooler out of Chicago was going to just completely change the franchise
That's
forever.
crazy.
And become, dude, think about that.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically a salary dump to
Yeah.
get that pick.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Number 2, Ricky Williams, dude.
I knew that. I fucking knew that was going to be on there. Was that Dicka's team?
Yeah, Ditka,
Yeah.
dude. He traded
First,
his
second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh.
and a first and a third.
Oh,
next
yeah, it
year.
was a first and
yeah,
third line.
dude. For the Redskins, it turned into Champ Bailey and LeVar Arrington. Those were the 2 big names out of that pick draft. Ultimately, though, nobody won because New Orleans didn't. Actually, the Redskins didn't win anything, and then New Orleans and Ricky Williams spent his time fucking.
Can I be
smoking
honest with
weed.
you? I'm going to level with you. I didn't even know Champ Bailey played for the Redskins.
What?
I didn't know that.
The greatest fucking corner of that generation.
I
probably.
associate him with the Broncos.
Yeah, well, because that's where he won a Super Bowl.
Well, hence why I
Yeah.
associate him with the
Makes
Broncos.
sense. All right, are you ready for the number 1 fucking trade?
I'm really interested
Dude,
to see this.
This goes back to what we were talking earlier. So those who were tuned in earlier when we talked about trading for future draft capital and
Yep.
being able to split
Oh,
it up
boy.
and how important it was. Boston Celtics traded Kevin Garnett,
Oh, yeah.
Paul
What am I
Pierce,
thinking?
and Jason Terry to
Nets.
The Nets, another terrible fucking. They needed a Nets rule for 2014, 16, 18 first round picks and a 2017 ability to pick swap. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I know, I knew it.
Jason
I
Tatum
fucking
come out of
knew
that
it,
pick,
yep.
dude. That leads to Boston winning another championship. They're probably in line for it this year. So yeah, and Grant and Garnett were at the end of their careers at that point. They did absolutely nothing.
Dude, that was one of the worst trades I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
That was right after Boston beat us.
I think that was right when the New Jersey Nets moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah, that
And they
was.
changed like their whole franchise look
Yeah.
and appeal around and everything.
So it's funny because we talked in the beginning of the show the Stepien rule, which
Yeah.
is the NBA's ability not to trade back to back.
Right.
And the reason that happened was because the Cavs owner was the worst
Worst
owner,
owner. He was
and the league
fucking-
had to review his
He was
trades
a terrorist.
before he could make them. God forbid he was here for longer than 3 years. But ultimately, that's what prevented it. Now you look at the Nets trade. We just talked about their trade for Harden. We talked about their trade with the Celtics. They have not worked out. There's the time they went for it with Kyrie. Like they have tried to put a big 3 and a big 4 team together and win and buy a
When in reality,
championship.
they just need a big 2.
Cannot do it. They cannot do it, man. They
Well, they do have a
failed
big, hold on. They
multiple
do have a
times.
big 3.
You talking about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are they big 3 enough to win?
Who do you, when I say
I
big
don't
3
even-
for the Celtics, who do you think
Oh,
I'm
no.
thinking of?
I thought you were talking about the Nets.
No. I'm thinking of, I'm saying the Celtics right now.
No, and that was another part of that trade. Actually, one of those draft picks went for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
it
didn't
was
work out. Could you imagine if Kyrie Irving was on this team with Jason Tatum, freaking
He
Jaylen
was.
Brown? Like,
He was.
They should be winning so many championships.
Bro, do you not realize that trades it was like
he was only there for 2
IT.
years. Yeah, but he was only there for 2 years.
Yeah, but it was Jason Tatum, Kyrie, and Gordon Hayward. That was that big three because because how that trade got set up, because it was Kyrie for IT, some accessory pieces, and so on. That was the first game of the season when D Wade was here, like when D Wade was in Cleveland.
God, I forgot
Gordon
about
Hayward broke his leg in Cleveland.
Yes, that's
or he
right.
broke his ankle. It turned to the side. That was
that was
big
like
three.
the end of Hayward too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, you got to think. I mean, he was in the league for a long time. He was a baller, and his time in Boston just didn't work out. But that ultimately, shattered his career.
Yeah, so that was tonight's Guys Night Top 5. All right.
I love that sound.
I know, it's so great.
It's
dude.
so great.
All right, Ed. So,
What do we got to finish out the show here, Will?
actually, here I think I got a graphic for this. So let me pull it up. I was trying to get something made where it was going to be
Ed sacrifices.
Oh, there it is.
What is Ed sacrifices? What is Ed sacrifices?
This is the new segment here at the end of the show. Welcome to Ed's Sacrifices. All right,
now?
Ed. All right, Ed. So, would you trade 5 years? Would you sacrifice 5 years of sex and trade them for 3 Cleveland championships? You get to pick the teams that win the championships.
Wow, yes. It would all be the Indians. I don't care.
5 years of no sex for 3 Indians championships.
I couldn't have sex if I even tried most of the time. So this fits in right with how my love life is shaping up to be right now anyway. So yes, I would 100% sacrifice 5 years of sex.
All right, the next one I got, would you trade your dog for Pat Mahomes? Wait. You get visitations when Pat Mahomes is in town and they're playing, and you get guaranteed 2 Super Bowls out of Pat Mahomes and the Cleveland Browns. Would you trade your dog?
Nope.
For Gigi?
Nope. No. My little baby Gigi is not going anywhere. So for those who don't know, I have a wiener lab. She is literally the face of a black lab, the color of a black lab, the body of a wiener dog.
She's definitely entertaining.
And she is the fattest thing on the planet, and I love her to death. No chance of trading her.
All right. Would you sacrifice all good food and trade 1 year of only eating dog food for the Cleveland Browns to go completely undefeated and win the Super Bowl?
Fuck no. Fuck the Browns.
You did say you're trying to lose 30 pounds, though. I mean, that'd be a quick way to do it if only eating dog food.
Dog food.
We'll let you get the canned stuff. Oh, shit. All right.
I can smell it.
All right. Would you, if you could, easy.
I used to have a dog. I used to have to mix wet and dry food together, dude. Let me tell you something.
I do that for my dogs all the time.
I'm actually gonna throw up.
Oh, don't do that. All right. Hold on. We got 2 more left. All right. Number 4. You can't watch on TV or go to one single game, but the Guardians can win a World Series.
Oh, dude,
the Guardians win
on.
the World Series, though.
I can't watch a
can't
game?
watch or go. You can watch. Can't watch or go to the game. You have no. You can't know what's going on. You can't even like watch highlights.
Can I listen to the radio?
No.
Fuck.
No idea.
Fuck. Everyone knows that Tom Hamilton's the best in the game. Oh man, dude, I don't even know what's going on.
But they win a World Series. You find out they won the World Series.
It's for the betterment of the team. Yes, being a team player. Being a team player.
All right, the last one I have.
Did you just wait for that last one? Was that when I'm not in the room they score, but when I walk into the room and watch the game they're losing? I'll be back, guys. I'm not showing up for another. Yeah, that's exactly. I knew that.
All right, last one. The Cavs win a championship.
I don't care. No,
but you have to take LeBron and Bronny back.
Oh God, no! I don't care.
Come on.
Bro, the last thing I want in Cleveland is those 2 dweebs.
But you win a championship,
I don't care. LeBron's a dork.
I know, but you get to win a championship.
I do not want LeBron back. Even though he's done nothing to me personally and he actually won us a championship, I don't want LeBron back.
That was this week's version of Ed's Sacrifices.
Can we get a little sound effect for them next
time? Cool
time?
Music for that one. Definitely. We'll work on that. All right, Ed, anything else you want to touch on this week? We got the Sweet 16 games, the Elite 8 games coming up this weekend for next week's show. Make sure we do our research. Start
touching a little bit of baseball next week. Like I said, wrapping up opening day weekend or opening day,
Dude,
opening
it is
weekend.
Too cold for baseball.
It is. It's not enjoyable.
For us here in Cleveland, it was, I think, we got up to about 45 degrees in the last couple hours with some sunshine, but it's going to be in the 20s, I think, on Friday night. So
you know what I think fucked this all up?
Dude, hold on a second. There's two things that make downtown Cleveland awesome. It's when it's 70 degrees and sunny on opening day or St. Patty's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Either of those 2 days. If it's 70 and plus and sunny, downtown Cleveland is so much fun.
You want to know what's so nice though is that like when me and you, obviously we went with our whole group. When we went down and tailgated with the Browns in the first game, it was like 75.
Perfect weather.
It was 75 in the middle of September.
Who?
It was me, you, your wife, a couple of our other friends. Yeah, dude, it was perfect. Like for football weather, it was perfect. I will say though, like this is one of the worst winters we've had in a long time.
Dude, we have our opening in Cleveland is April 3rd.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah,
next Friday.
I feel like we went on like a 17-game road trip to start last season.
We always do that though.
Yeah.
We never start the season at home.
No, because it's fucking cold. It's March.
Yeah, we don't want
what
us
the weather's
there.
going to be. It could be snow on the field the last couple.
But also, we're spoiled because every other day in the month of June, July, and August, we're at home.
Yeah,
which I love.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There's nothing more fun than like going down to the Thirsty Parrot, getting a little drinky poo action going, going to like Barrio or something on East 4th or Prospect, and then shooting back over and going and just walking into the game, and all of a sudden you're just at your standing seat and you're just like, yeah, you know what? I'll take a $2. I'll take a $2 Miller Light before first pitch. How many teams can offer you? That's the one thing I do like about baseball is the fact that like I don't want a standing seat. I'm more of a sit down guy. In fact, I'm such a dork. I would prefer to sit down with my little tray on the side. I have my notebook. I have Tom Hamilton in my ears. I'm at the game watching, and I'm just making notes.
Are you going to be that guy in like 20 years who's like scorekeeping from your little book?
Brother, that's in 20 days, not 20 years. I'm waiting for that moment to come.
All right, folks. Well, hey, those in Cleveland, you want to be part of the show, we'd love to have you right here on the podcast. If you want to join us live or you want to join us virtually, just let us know. Email us at sports@guysnight.com. We'd love to have you on. Next week, we're going to talk about opening week of baseball. Hopefully, we got some highlights for the guards.
Oh, they're going to be
We'll
some
be
great
talking about
highlights.
the Final Four. Hopefully, Ed and I still have 4 teams left in it, and we'll see what's changing with the NFL draft. Oh, by the way, this week, Phil Yates, 0 offensive linemen in the first 12 picks.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Absolutely.
Guys, do us all a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Join our groups. Message us whenever you want. If you guys want to join the show, email us at sports@guysnight.com. We're always looking for new people. If you're a producer of some kind and want to showcase the abilities and talents that you have to make this show better, by all means, email that email to us. Let us know what you're ultimately thinking on everything, and we'd be more than happy to provide this outlet for you. As always, guys, my name is Ed.
I'm Will.
And this is the Guys Night Sports Night podcast.
Later, guys.
Peace.